Well, on this very special interactive news segment, this Sunday on our special edition, I host the man himself, Tamale Mirundi, the presidential spokesperson again, to discuss issues to do with former Vice President's outburst or request for talks with the former Premier, Amama Mbabazi. Thanks for joining me, Tamale Mirundi.
Thank you.
Once again, you're one of very few lucky Ugandans who got a chance to have worked with this man closely.
If you are made vice president, you think God can give you another head? If you are elected to go to parliament and you are a stupid person, you were fool, you don't understand things, you think by going to parliament, God will give you another head? You will go to parliament with your stupid head. You will go to parliament with your head that lacks knowledge. I have never been impressed by Bukenya, even the first time I saw him. When you read my book, I tell you that when Bukenya became a vice president, he invited me to his office and he said he was going to appoint me Minister of Information. The same docket he promised it to Chivazo. I think this is where the antagonism between me and Chivazo started. Chivazo believed the story, me I did not believe it. What? The man was the vice president, but he believed that it was a step, a transition to the president. So me too, Bukenya is not a political scientist. Bukenya is is called what? Is a professor of hygiene. It's not medicine. Hygiene, making a butandalo, preparing a toilet, preventing diseases. So Bukenya is not a political scientist. May can be disappointed by a political scientist. So Bukenya is a Kazanyirizi. But what you people you have not realized is that this is a period to make money.
When you look at Bukenya's cause, that he wants to hold talks with the Tamale, you see a sensible.
No, I've told you, I don't see Bukenya as a sensible man. There was a time when the government brought this law, land amendment. Bukenya supported the bill in parliament. When he went to attend the church service at Lubaka Cathedral, what did he say? Lirimugano. That the law is full of loopholes. A man who has supported the bill in the parliament came up. At one time he said, there are mafias in the government. I have spent 6 months without talking to the president. Then you are weak. How can you say that you have spent 6 months without talking to the president and you are vice president? You were rejected. So for me, I don't take Bukenya seriously. When Bukenya comes and tells me that the toilet should not be near your bedroom, I can accept, can understand. That the katandalo should be taller, I can understand. But when it comes to politics, I have nothing to value from Bukenya.
Is this a man that Ugandans should take very serious?
How? Why do you take Bukenya serious? Who was taking Bukenya seriously? You were taken before court for taking over somebody's wife. You were pictured kissing. This woman is called who? No. But why is he always in the pictures? Many Ugandans, including ourselves, we do almost the same things, but we have capacity to consider them. As how does a gentleman conduct himself? So for me, I don't take Bukenya seriously. That's very important.
When you look at Bukenya Mbabazi alliance, does this alliance make sense for you, or you are seeing a situation where again Bukenya is going to be used?
For me, I'm a political scientist. I did the political science at the university, and I'm a farmer. Even if you collect 100 rabbits, they cannot produce more milk than a Frisian cow. So even if you combine 1,000 borders, each carrying one person, they cannot carry more people than a train.
So you are seeing this alliance being politically suicidal?
It is psychological. It's psychological. To imagine for what? If 100 paupers combine, can they buy a building against one rich man? That you have 1,000 paupers. They are competing with Kirumi to buy an arcade in Kampala. Can they money? Can they defeat him?
From your personal assessment,
You cannot.
is Bukenya a threat?
A threat to who? A man who has tested you and rejected you. Where was Bukenya? Who was Bukenya before Museveni rehabilitated him? My first time to hear about Bukenya was that I had destroyed 400 million shillings from this medical school at Mulako. What was Bukenya doing? You tell me. Before Bukenya became a minister of state for trade, and yet I became Minister of State in the presidency, Bukenya was thriving on rumors. In fact, I'm happy that Bukenya went the same way like Evidandi, because Bukenya hired somebody to undermine, to give the president false information about Evidandi. They are both out of government.
He blamed Amama Mbabazi to be behind his imprisonment, and now this is the very guy now coming back to say that we can talk.
Do you know that I saved Bukenya?
Share with us.
Bukenya, when Bukenya was put in prison, he didn't know that these people wanted Bukenya to be killed in prison so that they blame it on Museveni and incited the population. So one of the ministers who is still in the government, we met at a certain place near, there is a place after Radio Simba, after Kenny Joy, after Kadiki. There is a place there. I met with this man. The man told me that Bukenya, you tell your boss, one, Bukenya should stop getting food from his home. They are going to mix it with the poison. Two, he should share food with the prisoners. Three, your boss should ensure that Bukenya gets out of prison immediately. The people he's talking about were planning to kill him. I told him, one of my security people, follow up that man. The man, he followed up that man, went, entered his vehicle, and left. I confirmed. He's a minister. Up to today in this government. Kenya who came up and blamed Mbabazi. How can now Kenya turn up and convince the people that Mbabazi is a good man? That is stupidity. You cannot, you see these people, because they are not political scientists, they think that Ugandans are easy, are gullible. What the Ugandans are doing is to encourage you to destroy yourself. You cannot say that Bukenya, that Mbabazi stole money. Mbabazi is corrupt. Mbabazi stole money, Temangal. This is only done by political processes like Namboze and Segona.
Is Bukenya politically disgruntled? Because I know for a fact that when he had just been released, when Mbabazi started facing problems, Bukenya said that I'm ready to work with the President Museveni because my political enemy was Mbabazi.
For me, I don't have a yardstick. I would listen to Bukenya if he tells me that this Katandalo is taller. The toilet is near your bedroom. That one I can listen. He's an expert there. But when it comes to politics, what can I get from Bukenya? Politics. That Mirundi, a person who did political science at the university, I listen to Bukenya. As far as political matters are concerned, Bukenya, his social conduct in the society, and I listen to Bukenya. I can't.
One called Dr. Kiyingi. Do you see another comedian into politics?
When you say that these are not terrorists, they get sympathy. When they are terrorists, and you cannot rule out that Kiyingi is also a beneficiary of Al-Qaeda, because Al-Qaeda has been investing here and there. Al-Qaeda operates like Mbabazi, the Mbabazi team. They infiltrate those the president has praised.
But don't you see that the police is missing a point?
No.
They're missing a point.
No. The police is not missing a point. The police arrested the terrorists. Yes, who had committed the murders. The man comes up and, first of all, this man changes also a fool. In law, nobody can claim, can confess to murder. You go to court, a confession is made differently. Because you are not supposed, there is no sensible person who can confess to murder. What he has done is that these are killers. Those are my people. He has confirmed. The moment we get the evidence linking them to murder, it means that this man also has been financing killers. What type of reasoning is this?
We find some disconnect. A Catholic making an alliance with Muslims to kill fellow Muslims?
No. Everything in Uganda is mixed up. You read my book, killing a medical doctor to save a cobbler. It has a number of examples. Those who steal money are left there by Akulu, the side director. You read it. Read it. That in Uganda, if you are not intelligent like us, you cannot understand the system they are using. Why? They are money makers. A money maker doesn't have religion. A money maker does. A capitalist. What about the man who bought this Nabakereka primary school? He's a Muganda. This Muonge is a Muganda. For him, what is important is that Mengo has decided to sell me this school. He demolished it for an arcade. If Kiyingi can go to Al-Qaeda and get money using his name, that I can help you. If they can go to Bashir, that's why the newspapers were awash with the stories. How come that Museveni has been accusing Khartoum of killing innocent people? When you look at Muslims killing, it's not religion. They are using religion to cover up themselves. Well, this is money. These are mercenaries.
Well, Tamale, thanks for joining me on this very interactive news segment where we discuss issues that affect the people.